INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to INCRadio New York. I am, obviously, you know who I am. I'm Sister Mika, and I'll be your host for today's episode. With me today is our regular guest. I feel like you're such a regular guest now. You might as well be a part of it. Brother Clarence Durba.
Hi, always happy to be here with you guys. I'm excited about our topic today.
Yes, me too. You know, this topic is it's very close to my heart. It is about tea. Now, tea is more than just a comforting beverage. It offers a range of health benefits that can positively impact both your body and your mood. So sipping tea regularly can be a soothing ritual that nurtures both our physical well-being and emotional balance. So make sure you join us today. Hopefully you're drinking some tea while you're watching INCRadio. And then later on, we'll talk about the benefits of tea. All right. So for those in our YouTube live chat, please tell us, what is your favorite way to enjoy tea? Is it hot tea, iced tea, bubble tea? There's so many ways, right? But yes, how are you, T. Cliff, before we start with our topic?
I'm doing amazing. I have actually prepared my own beverage here. It's an oolong tea, steeped for the appropriate amount of time in distilled water, and I have a little bit of stevia, just a little bit, just to sort of give it just an extra touch of something. And it's the perfect thing to have on a nice cold day. I think a hot tea is perfect.
And it's a little gloomy. I don't know how it is where you are, but it's a bit gloomy out where I am here in Queens. So tea is perfect. I actually had tea this morning. So, but I'm just having regular water right now.
What kind of tea did you have this morning? What's your morning ritual tea?
I love English breakfast tea in the morning. So, and you know, it gives me the caffeine that I need because I don't drink coffee anymore. You know, I haven't drank coffee in years, but whenever I need, you know, caffeine, English breakfast tea is the way to go. And I drink it black. I don't put sugar or coffee in it. I mean, coffee, sugar or milk in it, so that I can, you know, really taste the tea.
Have you been able to get past the that kind of the bitter flavor of tea? Have you been able to get past that already? You don't mind it anymore?
No, not at all. I love it, actually. I don't mind the bitterness of it. You know, like drinking different, I love tasting the flavor, the different flavors of tea. So even with coffee, a lot of people, when they drink coffee, they put sugar and milk because they want to take that bitterness out. But I love that. I love tasting whatever it is, you know, however they mixed that coffee when they made it. So it's the same way with tea. How about you, Cliff? What's your favorite?
Yeah, initially, you're right. Initially, I used to add a lot of stuff to my tea. I would put in milk. I would put in sugar. I would put in a lot of sugar sometimes, depending on the tea. And it was all to get rid of that bitterish kind of flavoring. But someone recently educated me that so we have this natural reflex to get rid of bitter flavored stuff out of our mouth, because we associate that with bad food, spoiled food, even things that might be poisonous. But tea isn't that. And I was told to just have tea as is without anything added to it. And even if you don't like the flavor initially and you force yourself to have a little sip, what'll happen is you'll start to overcome that reflex, that bitterness, that desire to get rid of the bitterness. And the bitterness actually becomes part of the flavor, and it becomes kind of comforting. So I've basically gone kind of down the path that you have as a traditionalist, with nothing in the tea. But I like to add just a little bit of stevia, when I'm seeking something a little bit more decadent, a little bit more sugary. And that's kind of what I'm looking at here. This particular tea, this variety of oolong, actually has kind of a nutty kind of flavor to it. And it's really delicious by itself. But I just like that little touch of stevia,
Oh, yeah, that is true. So let's find out from our YouTube live chat how our brethren enjoy their tea. Okay, so from Brother Alvin Pacheco, hot honey lemon tea is nice. From Sister Gracie, straight from the kettle, pour over tea bag. We have Brother Rafael Buenaflor, drink your tea with some honey. Yes. We have brethren that love hot tea. And then who else? There's more. I saw some here. Sister Perlita Sazon loves green tea. I saw Sister Cheyenne say that she loves genmaicha tea and matcha tea. Sister Rewa, she loves English breakfast tea, but she drinks it with brown sugar and evaporated milk. Very interesting. And ginger tea from Brother Mike Mercado. So we have a lot of different types of tea over here. Sister Nora Sankop says she loves matcha tea. Sister Shelly, tea with honey. Yes, definitely. All good tea. All tea I love to enjoy.
I love all the different additives, and you notice there's a similarity in a lot of the teas. It's a tea with a little bit of something, and I really like adding honey. It's actually perfect if you've got just a little bit of a sniffle, or maybe your throat feels a little dry or parched. A touch of honey in there, perfect. My cousin is actually, she is currently recovering from a cold, and her go-to is a peppermint tea with a little bit of honey stirred in and a very thin slice of ginger, like the actual ginger, a very thin slice. Just drop it in there, steep for a couple minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and enjoy. And she says it's something that clears up her sinuses, it helps her throat, and it calms down her tummy. So if you're ever feeling the need for something like that, that sounds like an amazing bunch of additions to add to tea.
Yes. Sister Elvira also says she loves chamomile. I was going to say my name because my name's Camille. Chamomile tea with honey. Sister Joy Ann says one of her favorite go-to teas is yuzu lemon tea. Concentrate you can find from Asian markets. Such a great added and easy to get your vitamin C up. Yes. It's so cute. No, I also love lemon tea. And you mentioned something earlier, whatever ginger tea to like help with the stomach. Like if you're feeling, I love that. I always take it, especially when I get a little bloated after a meal.
Yes, it's perfect. I think tea is great with a meal, before a meal, after a meal. I think one of the things that I'm trying to get into is these digestive biscuits. So you can have that. So there's these pairings that you can do with tea. There's these pairings that you can do with your tea that we're familiar. We're talking about tea. And the experience of biscuits, and you think of biscuits, you think of certain brands, right? But there's also these harder biscuits, and then there's also things like having green tea with like a sandwich, like finger foods. If you think like cream cheese and salmon would be a great thing to have alongside green tea. And tea is also paired with other foods, like even full-on dinners. I know that if you're a sushi person, I think green tea goes along well with sushi. In addition to if you were just looking for a little pick-me-up or to help you digest, a little bit of tea is great for that too.
Yes, no, I love, yes, that's so true. I love drinking tea with my meal. I think it definitely helps the digestion. It helps, you know, Brother Chris, you're going in and out. You're distracting me. Yes, and I love tea with dessert. So, for some of you who may not like the bitterness of the tea, you can have something sweet with it. So maybe I'll have like I don't know, what dessert is there? Like a cheesecake, yeah, or like some sort of cake, a slice of cake, just to like balance it out.
Yeah, you can have the tea black as is. It's what else you're putting into your mouth that you have alongside helps that flavor come out. It complements each other, right? So if you don't put sugar in your tea, but maybe you like something like a little biscuit to soften it up, and so you have a little sip of the tea, and a little nibble of the biscuit, and you've got this wonderful little combo in your mouth that just is really excellent. Highly recommend.
Oh, it is so good. Brother Christian, are you ready to speak? It's okay. We'll give you several more minutes. I do see one of
Sorry, my
one
camera
other.
is not working today.
Oh no, that's okay.
So
That's okay.
please enjoy this. Please enjoy this photo of me at the piers.
So Brother Christian, what is your favorite way to enjoy tea with friends?
I don't know. What's the tea?
What's the tea?
But for me, it's I think you guys mentioned that it was the tea with honey and ginger. I think that's my favorite combo, especially as a choir member, So this is really sad for me, guys. This is the tea. My camera's not working.
It's the honey for the throat. Yes. Actually, I was looking at the comments section, the YouTube live chat, and Sister Alma says, I enjoy the Middle Eastern tea called karak. So I don't know. I hope that's not if it's a brand, we're not it is, it's okay. Here, I looked it up. So it's it's like a milky spiced tea. It's very interesting. I've never heard of it before. Roughly translated, it means strong tea. So it's a strong tea. I do like strong tea as well.
Strong tea is good. Actually, a lot of the teas are caffeinated, right? So for people that feel that coffee is maybe a little too intense, too much caffeine, even a strong tea is a step down from a cup of coffee, right? So a good strong tea, like a black tea is excellent in the morning. That'll help perk you up. If you want to go even less oxidized, you can go to an oolong tea, which is what I'm drinking right now. And then you can even go to caffeine-free versions, and that's your chamomile tea, some of your herbal teas, stuff with the fruity flavors in it. Those teas don't actually have much caffeine in it. But yeah, tea is a great wake-me-up, in the morning. I just love it.
Yes. Oh, I saw Sister Jordy. I love you so much too. That's okay. Yes. So all this talk about, how we enjoy our tea, what foods we like to pair with our tea. But is tea good for us, Brother Cliff?
Oh my goodness, there are so many benefits to a proper tea. Now, we're talking about the tea that comes, at the loose leaf, it comes in the sachets. We're gonna sort of set aside those other teas, those play teas, the ones I'm talking about, everyone. These are the teas that have too much sugar. We're talking about the bubble tea, the Lipton iced tea, even fad diet teas. We kind of want to avoid those. They're not good for us, partly because they have a lot of sugar, and some of them have a lot of additives that aren't very good. But tea in general, as is, having it loose leaf, whether it's loose or in a sachet, is got a variety of health benefits. Drinking tea helps us feel a little bit more full without making us feel bloated. So that means we're going to eat a little bit less food, maybe. Tea also has flavanols and polyphenols that are good for heart health. Things like a hibiscus tea or something like a chamomile tea, great for muscle spasms or even headache, right? Hydrating ourselves more to make us drink more water. That's really good. And even oolong tea has an abundance of L-theanine, theanine. And that's actually good for brain health, neurocognitive health. So drinking this tea has been associated with, the research is still coming in, but L-theanine is our precursor molecules that are in our brains that help the neurotransmitters firing. Basically, these are things that will help people that maybe have a risk for dementia or other neurocognitive diseases. Oolong tea and even matcha is helpful for those kinds of things. They got a lot of great benefits.
Okay, thank you so much, Cliff. So that's great. If you need if you need a reason to start drinking tea, that is your reason. It has a lot of great benefits. It also smells good. I think it smells very calming. Maybe like at the end of the day, you want to wind down, and just relax after a busy day. Tea is a great drink for us. Brother Christian, would you like to add anything? Your picture is back.
I guess I don't know. The question was what's the benefits of tea, wasn't it? Or
Yes, or why is drinking tea good for you?
I just like tea because it makes me feel good after, like, in the mornings. It's a good alternative for me rather than coffee sometimes. So
And it's not just about, like the health benefits of tea, but if drinking tea makes you feel good, makes you feel warm inside. I saw some in the YouTube live chat. And when you enjoy it with your friends, it becomes like a bonding thing, right? It becomes something that you enjoy with the people that you love. Sister Joyanne actually said, having a tea moment with your friends is always so fun. Perfect drink to enjoy and catch up with. Shout out to my bestie for making us matcha today. Aw, see, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually going to try doing a tea time with this little one right here. We're going to try doing that as a social thing that sort of builds up sort of how to approach good manners when we're having conversations, how to butt in, appropriately. But yeah, I think we can try to do a tea time here. Mom and dad will sit down a little one, we'll pour some tea, and you have to wait a little bit so you can have some light conversation. Then you add, if you want to add a little bit of sugar or something like that. And yeah, even at this young age, the tea is a wonderful little choice to start. Obviously, we're not going to go with the caffeinated ones. We're going to go with something nice.
Chocolate milk tea.
Chocolate milk tea. Yes, why not? Did you know there's actually a coffee tea? It's actually a coffee flavored tea. I found it in some store in New York. I'll look for it for you guys one of these days. I'll try to bring it in, but it's a coffee flavored tea, and I'm not sure how it's made, but it was really very nice.
Oh, that's so funny. Hi, Sister Amelia. Sister Amelia, say hi to everyone. Say hi, everyone.
Say hi.
Hi. So it's always a lovely treat whenever Cliff guests on INCRadio, seeing Sister Amelia.
Let's see here. Also, another health benefit, antioxidants. I completely forgot about that one. Antioxidants are great. We know oxidation is bad. Free radicals are bad. They actually are a form of a way that cancer can start to happen and manifest in our bodies. And so drinking green tea that has plenty of antioxidants actually helps fight cancer formation, which is another great thing to have. One less thing to worry about with our tea in the morning, right?
Yes, definitely. I also like what Brother Chris Ornetto said. Tea is good to start and end the day with. Yes. I wish I can do that a bit more. Sometimes I'm like really tired. I just go to sleep. But I do like to have tea after my meals. Yes. Oh wait, I just saw that. Someone described drinking tea like getting a warm hug. I think that's so sweet.
That sounds absolutely perfect on a cold day just like this. We've had some very bitter cold weather, especially up in our area. The wind, it feels like it's going to cut right through you. But if you have a little bit of tea in your hand, or maybe in a thermos or a mug, it just sort of takes the edge off of that cold and helps us feel nice and comfy, comforted. One of my friends, his go-to cold weather tea was called a London Fog. And basically I think it was Earl Grey with a little bit of condensed milk. And he explained it as just the most refreshing and calming thing to have on a cold day, right? Does that smell good? Yeah.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Actually, before we end our topic, why did I just say actually 3 times? I don't know. So fun fact about tea, I was telling Brother Cliff earlier that it is the second most popular beverage after water. So for, people thinking that tea is like a niche thing but people drink coffee more than tea. Actually, a lot of people drink tea more than coffee. And earlier you mentioned, Cliff, that I found really interesting, which I would love for you to tell our audience, is how the tea sachets were invented.
Oh yeah. That was an interesting thing. So I was doing some reading on it on tea, and basically, we're used to seeing tea in the little sachet, right? That's commonplace nowadays. But what it used to be was that the tea was transported usually in a tin, and it was loose. We still do loose teas today, but it's kind of messy and it gets all over the place, right? So, and measuring it out was kind of another thing too, how much to have. So back in the day, before, while it was loose, a guy wanted to sort of make it a little bit differently and transported it in these tiny silk bags with the appropriately portioned amount of loose tea inside. And his idea was that you would get this tea in the bag, and you would open up the bag and drop the tea into your drink, and then from there enjoy your tea. But what he found out was that instead of taking the tea out of the silk bag, people just dropped the entire bag into the cup of hot water, and the tea steeped out of the bag. And then cleanup was very easy. When you were done, instead of having to clean out all these loose bits of loose bits of tea leaves in order to enjoy your tea, you simply pulled the bag out and your tea was ready to go right away. So that was how, and then once that started, that was sort of it. Everyone started putting their tea into easily disposable little bags, these little sachets. And that's kind of why we have them. That's the most common way to enjoy tea, at least as far as I go. That's the most common way I've seen of enjoying tea, right? No, it's just sort of an interesting little factoid I stumbled upon.
I know, that was so interesting. Yes, because before it was just like loose leaf tea. So how did the sachet come about? So thank you for that, Brother Cliff. Before we end, do you have any shout outs or greetings?
Oh yeah, always. Shout out to my cousin, first of all, who is recovering from her cold with her peppermint tea with a little bit of honey and ginger. Hope you're feeling better. And then to my family here and abroad, and especially, to everyone in my congregation and in the district and wherever you are. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy and warm with a nice cup of tea. If you don't have one, I highly recommend that you go ahead and find and fall in love with a nice little cup of tea right now.
Yes, yes. So before, as we wrap up, right, before we go to the activities and the hashtag challenge winners, let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible benefits of tea, right? From its calming warmth to its health boosting properties, tea offers something for everyone. I wrote this. This is so cool. Whether you're sipping green tea for antioxidants, chamomile for relaxation, or black tea for a little morning energy, each cup brings a unique experience. So next time you brew a cup, take a moment to savor the simple joy and nourishment tea provides. All right, Brother Christian, let's head on to our activities.
All right. So here's the tea in the District of New York for the upcoming week. So on Monday, January 20th at 8 p.m., we have a joint CFO meeting. So we hope to see all of you CFO officers and, of course, non-officers there as well. On Sunday, January 26th, we have an SFM special gathering. So to all Kadiwa and those Kadiwa brothers who are 18 and above, and I believe not am I getting that right? And and their families, please come through for the SFM special gathering. And for more details, please ask your local officers. And of course, there's an evangelical mission on Friday, January 31st. So those are the activities in our district. Should we move on to the hashtag challenge winners? Sister Mika, I got the thumbs up. All right, here we go. Third place. We're not wasting any time today with this tea. All right. Third place, we got LIC. Congratulations.
Woo-hoo.
In second place, wow, these are actually new. I'm very surprised to see new people on the hashtag challenge. In second place, we have Woodside. Congratulations. And of course, first place. Is it Forest Hills? Is it Forest Hills? First place, we have Woodbury. Congratulations. Wow, that's new for this week. So congratulations. All right, top hashtaggers. In third place, we have Sister Jacqueline Ornedo. Congratulations, Paul. In second place, we have Sister Ira Pacheco. Congratulations. And in first place, is it Kabeti this time? All right, in first place, we have Sister Lonnie, congratulations. So we have new winners this week. Congratulations. And we hope to see more new winners next week in our hashtag challenge.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for talking about tea with us. And that is all for our show today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to the church administration for giving us a platform to share and speak about interesting topics like these. Don't forget to catch us again next week, Saturday. What are we talking about next week, Brother Christian? I forgot. Well, you'll know soon.
We will let you know about the tea for next week.
Yes. So. We'll spill the tea in a little bit. Don't forget to catch us again next week, Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, or Sunday, 12:30 a.m. Philippine Time. Brother Christian?
And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe because, we have to plug that in now. And of course, greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and to our Christian Family Organization Coordinator and Subsea President, Brother Angelo Aranyo Manalo. Also, greetings to our INCRadio Station Manager, Brother Wally Taray, especially to our District Minister, Brother Sheridan Santos, Assistant District Minister, Brother Neil Patrick Omela. That brings us to the end of our show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
That's the tea.
Enjoy. That's the tea.